Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. Quick update on Ryan, the notes guy, and what's going on with him. He shares his side of the story on Clickbait regarding his quick exit from Michelle Young's season 18 of The Bachelorette, the premiere that we just watched this past Tuesday. Now, if you guys don't know and you're just catching this video, I am in Scottsdale, Arizona for a baseball tournament. So I'm just making a couple impromptu videos here. So pardon the appearance. And also, I'm going to play this video. I'm buying my dream computer. So just please bear with me for the next few weeks as I use my old 2017 MacBook Pro. The processing is a little rough on it, but I got a brand new computer coming. MacBook just released it. It's going to be insane. We're going to have so much fun, so many things we can do on it that I can't quite do now. But here I am at the hotel. Oh, I don't even have my lights turned on. Hold on. You know what? It looks pretty good. What do you like? No lights or lights? It actually looks pretty good with no lights. We'll leave the lights on because we brought them. So let's play this video here. Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just bump that an odd number of times. And if you don't mind, also hit the subscribe button. We just hit 45,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We're going to try to get to 50,000 by Thanksgiving. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe 50,000 by the end of the year. That would be nice. All right, let's get right into it. This is Ryan sharing his side of the story. And if you aren't caught up on this, Michelle, actually Caitlin Bristow and Tasha Adams did some room raider searching of different luggage, and they found a bunch of notes in his luggage that said, like, how to get better screen time, how to not be the villain, how to win her, all these different things. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Ryan's a psychopath, essentially. I mean, you hate to use that term, but is he going to wear her as a skin suit? Like, what's going on here? And then we find out, oh, a friend's wife sent this to him, and that's why he has notes. He hasn't necessarily read them, so he doesn't necessarily co-op what was written in there, but it was with good intentions at the very least. Well, Ryan was the Bachelor in the live version of The Bachelor in Sacramento or wherever, and some people aren't buying the BS. And then also some people are saying, hey, and again, I'm not an armchair psychologist, but I guess we all kind of are, right? We make judgments about people. But some have said, hey, maybe he's got a little bit of a neurodivergent mindset, which is essentially to say his brain functions differently than other people. He likes to make lists. When he learns something about somebody, he likes to write it down. And that's okay too. That's not necessarily, the producers might have villainized him for that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So it can be multi-layered. He could be an a-hole or be, self-indulgent, but he can also just be someone who maybe has ADHD and he needs to organize his thoughts outside of his brain as opposed to on the inside. As we say, the Bachelor franchise, it's a cool kids club, but not everyone's super suave and can remember what type of ice cream flavor Michelle likes, and some people like to over-prepare, and that's okay too, if that's the case here. Let's have a listen to what he said, his explanation for Bindergate, as it were. Here we go.
You get on, and you like, and I understand this. I'm not like busting your balls or anything. Or you don't think to like do a little research on the show, watch a few episodes, anything like that. You're just like, I'm gonna go in this.
I'm I have my business is I'm full blown. Like it's the biggest biggest building season of the year ever, and so.
Oh, we're buffering. Great. Fantastic internet Wi-Fi at the hotel. I love that it's one first timer to another, right? Because Joe was also kicked out in the first episode, and he's by far the most successful person that's ever been on the show that was kicked out in the first episode. Now he's engaged. Golden child from the season. And Ryan over here discusses the fact that it's like, hey, I'm working a 60-hour week. I don't have time to watch this stupid show. You can think the show is a waste of time, but still want to go on it. You know what I mean? You can't create and consume at the same time. So if he's got an actual job, Bachelor Nation should be applauding that versus going on the show for the wrong reasons. So point for Ryan in my book where he's like, I don't know how the show goes. I brought notes with me because I knew I'd have a few weeks or a month or whatever, or maybe a day, where I didn't have any of that, where I had some free time. And we've all been in jobs where we're so slammed, you don't even have a chance to go to the laundromat. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Let's see if we can get this thing playing here. I'll read a few comments. If not, when I'm watching the episode, I write notes. Direct quote from Ryan during the first episode. Yeah, you can write notes, but also bring a binder full of notes as well. Let me refresh the page for you guys and take a chance to promote the Patreon. Patreon.com/Dave and Neal. I've got a new video out that I made yesterday. It was kind of inspired by this whole storyline, but essentially the topic at hand was when you have too much stuff on your plate, how to take some things off so you can enjoy living in the moment, which is ironic because right now I'm making content while I'm, while I should. While I should be spending time getting an acai bowl with my fiance. But we're done after this. Content's done by 10 a.m., I promise.
I have zero time in the world to do anything. Working 60 hours a week and the whole thing. So, what I did was they basically gave me that short amount of time to get ready. By the time I'm getting my clothes and getting things, the only things that I asked, hey, my friend's wife, my close friend, hey, can you give me a summary of the show? Can you give me a summary of Michelle? Show me everything. So you just put it in a little thing and give it to me. Because I got too much going on. I gotta buy clothes. I gotta do all this stuff.
You gotta get ready.
Yeah, and I'm I have no time.
I gotta buy clothes.
All these projects at work, and so that's what I had. And then I also printed my journal. So I'm a big journaler. I think it's a big thing about being introspective. So one of the things I read is my self devotionals, I guess, my pros and cons list of myself. And in that same list has it has a summary of every relationship. After every relationship, I write a narrative of what good happened in that relationship and what bad happened in that relationship. And
so it sounds like you got a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah.
But that's what I did in every relationship. So I printed it and I shoved it in this binder right before I left.
Yeah.
But,
shoved it in this binder.
So can you tell us when you got the notes from your friend's girlfriend to when you left? You didn't have time to just read it.
No, because I haven't. I didn't even have time to read it because we knew that
that's why you brought it with you.
Yeah, I brought it with me, and I brought my journal because it was grounding. So that's everyone has certain things that's helpful for them to bring, and you're about to be gone for 2 months, and they basically say you're about to go through an emotional roller coaster.
So did you reach back out to your friend afterwards after you got eliminated and said you watched the show, you think you would have told me not to bring the notes?
I think everyone's why would you bring notes? I'm well, when you imagine they're gonna go, it's there's nothing bad on the notes. That's why I'm I quickly when Michelle went up to the room, go ahead, go to town.
Go to town. Well, Ryan never, is that his name, Ryan? Ryan, the notes guy, he never got the chance to go to town. He went back home. Joe calls him out for saying, hey, you had time. You had a bunch of time to journal. You didn't have time to read these notes. And it's listen, I get he's ribbing him. But the truth is, it's if you are busy, first of all, why even go on the show in the first place if it's just not the right time, if you can't get the chance to know someone? But also, relationships should start off on level ground. So he shouldn't know much about Michelle, and Michelle shouldn't know much about him. That's not how it works. Obviously, people come into this well prepared, but he could be well-meaning. A lot of people would say, geez, I'd kill for a partner who was introspective. I'd kill for a partner who is trying to have self-improvement, who's trying to journal about their mistakes, their wrongs, how to be a better person moving forward. I think we all can agree that's not a bad thing. So the idea that he brought that journal to the Bachelorette, I actually applaud that. I applaud that because this is a guy who doesn't know how the game's played. This is a guy who doesn't follow it super closely. So he's not necessarily trying to manipulate how things go down. So yes, you can take notes on somebody and still have a binder full of information that you didn't get to. And that's okay too. A lot of people have thought, well, maybe Ryan is going to get an edit so that he can have a redemption on Bachelor in Paradise. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Obviously, he created a ton of waves. He was the most talked about person on the show in his one episode that he was there. And obviously, he's kind of known for something that's very unique. For a show that's had dozens of seasons, this has never happened before. So it's very unique. So people says, does the interview acknowledge that he was the Bachelor in the Live on Stage tour? They asked him how he got on the show, and he brought it up. He said he never had watched the show, but then all his friends signed him up for The Bachelor live on stage and convinced him to do it. He said that he had so much fun with it that he applied to be on the show right after that. So I guess that would be for Claire or her recast. This Notes storyline was mad corny, like I couldn't care less. Producers need to try harder. I'll take Champagne Gate over Notes guy all day, every day. He says that he didn't have time to read the notes. That is why he took them with him. I generally feel nothing about this. I just don't trust anything he says. Tayshia discussed him on Bachelor Happy Hour and said his story didn't add up and that he kept contradicting himself. For example, he said he only watched a total of 2 hours of Bachelor Nation, but then he knew lots of show details that went well beyond just casual viewing. Well, listen, when you're being grilled on a show, you're going to have like a bunch of different answers. So I don't think Tayshia's one to talk about like what he actually thinks. Like maybe he's got a different brain wave than you do, Tayshia. Like, I don't know, that it kind of sits wrong with me that people are like judging him in a way where they act like they know who he is. He got called out, and we live in a society where when someone's being called out, we're like, yes, more Gladiator, more, entertain us. And that's what's wrong with cable news. That's what's wrong with the politics, with so much that we want these sound bites, these grabs, these salacious stories. And when you get down to it, it's actually way more plausible the way he talks. I'm slammed at work, which means A, I've got a good job and a passion, so I'm not just trying to go on the show to make money. And I brought information so that I could do my best and try to win over someone I haven't met yet. So again, to hammer in the neurodivergent talk that we had earlier, some people want control in a world that's got so much they can't control. So by going on a TV show where you're trying to find love, there's so many aspects to the show you can't control. You can't control how often she's going to want to see you. You can't control what the producers think about you, all these different things. So if you have a binder that gives you a little bit of hope and a little bit of a strategy, not exactly the worst things in the world. Let me know what you guys think. You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'm on Instagram at DNeals. You can see what I'm up to in Phoenix today. And I hope you guys have an excellent weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.